Today we have parables of lost sheep and lost stuff and lost coins and a lost son or brother, depending on the perspective. The parable of the prodigal. Anyway, so Luke in his text have all these together to talk about value and worth. And the question comes down to, what do we find valuable and how do we restore it? In today's text, the one story that tends to bring most people to awareness is the story of the prodigal son, where we often think of ourselves either as the loving father or the dutiful son or even the bad boy becoming good. And I want to step back from that just a little bit today, and I just wanted to look at it in context with the rest of the stories. The son, second son, who has already spent his inheritance, comes home, and the father welcomes him, and his brother does not. And it begs the question, why? Does the brother not welcome him because he has done something wrong? Does the brother not welcome him because he is afraid that he may lose his personal value? Or is the brother just stingy, angry? And I think that Jesus uses this story, not perfect story, but this story specifically to make us wonder how much value we put in those who have hurt us, and those who have slandered us, and those who have taken from us. You know, it's funny, I tend to take this from a perspective of being one of 5 children in an Italian household, where there was always room at the table. And no matter who knocked on that door, be it a former friend of my father who had mental health issues, or a cousin of my mother who was insulting and unkind, or an aunt or an uncle who tended to be selfish and self-centered, it didn't matter. The table was always a place of welcome. It was always a place where people came, regardless of what had happened in the past. You were always welcome at my mother's table. And no matter what was prepared, it was always stretched. So everyone who came to the table always left full. They always left feeling sated. That's what this text is about. This text is about seeing the value of another enough to open up your hearts and your minds and your tables for them. Seeing the other's value even when they have been hurtful, even when they have been mean, and still showing your mettle and your kindness and your generosity and your disposition. That's what this is about. It's about how much you buy into God's golden rule of loving your neighbor as yourself, not how much you buy into the world's rule of being vindictive or stubborn or hurt. Today we are called to look at this text, this prodigal son text, and say, is there room at my table, even for those people that have done me wrong? And the answer should always be yes. God bless.